Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this series of video. I will be taking you through 71 of the most useful command line tools. Let's get straight into it. Now, this is my list. You can see ls, cd, cp, mv, rm. I'm going to go through all of these. For those who don't know what these are, I'll go through them. We'll do a small demo breakout, look at the features of some of these. But for this video, let's look at the first item on the list, which is ls. ls will list, as ls is really short for list. What it does is pretty simple. It lists the content of the current directory, or in the case of looking, you can also look within a directory from a relative to where you are. So for example, just with ls, you would see the current directory. And as you can see, there is a folder 1 here, folder 1. If you want to see the content of folder 1, ls, and that will be looking in that folder. So you can see within that folder, there's file 1, file 2, and file 3, and a subsequent folder which is folder 2. So ls also takes quite a number of options, which I'll demonstrate a simple one to use. So ls -l, that will list the files in the current directory, but also in the long form, -l for long form, that will list additional properties and attributes for each files. Let's look at that. There you have it. So we're still in the same directory, looking at file 1, file 2, file 3, and folder 1. And you can see additional bits of information like the file permission, the user, the groups, and so forth. We're going to get into it as we progress and look at additional more advanced tools. But for now, don't worry too much about all the permissions if you don't know what that already is. And ls, my next useful command I'll leave with you is ls-a. That will list all the folders of all the files of the directory, but as well as a category of file called hidden files. In Linux and Unix systems, ls, so go for the long form and files with hidden attribute. You can see new file emerge, hidden file. Files that are prefixed by a dot are usually hidden from regular search or view or operations, just to prevent you from editing them unknowingly, or removing them. If you want to remove a hidden file, you have to be specific about it and pass the correct pattern to match a specific file. So I think that gives you a nice sort of introduction to what the ls is for. That's what it's mainly for. There are lots of attributes that you can actually inspect using the ls tool, file size and so forth. But just to get started, this is your primary starting point. And to leave you with something that you can use for further exploration, man ls, that will provide you the manual for that specific command, which if you look at that is quite a bit. You can go through all of that and you can see all the additional options that you can pass in. It explains what they're for. As you can see, it's quite a bit. And that concludes the ls command. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for subsequent videos on all the additional tools from my list of 71. We've done 70 to go. See you in the next video. Thank you for joining. Thanks a lot.